No, I didn't cut my hair, bitch. I am just going to sit here and talk to you guys for a minute. And y'all, this video is gonna be great. This video is gonna be different. This video is gonna be a little story time, okay? And I've thought about making this video a few times now. I just don't think that it's not really a story time. It's just like my opinion versus like the world's opinion, and like if you agree, you agree. If you don't agree, you don't agree. I'm going to be doing a video, drum roll. I'm gonna be doing a video, if you guys can tell by the title, about red flags with women and red flags with men that you should be very knowledgeable of. I feel like we should all be knowledgeable of this, and I feel like this is something that maybe isn't often talked about enough, or just isn't like acknowledged by anybody, because like when we see a green flag or a red flag, this is like fucking Mario Kart, but it's not. That's what you're thinking in your head, but it's not. It's not Mario Kart, boo. Babe, homegirl, listen to me. You guys have to see these signs. No, I'm not coming from a personal place, but I can say that I have dealt with some of these in women and men. And this doesn't just go for relationships, you guys. This goes for friends. This in general goes for people around you. And again, like something that you want in your best interest, and things that you definitely don't want, you know, because we are all very sensitive to energy, is my belief. And even if you don't believe that, like, I still believe that. So sorry, yeah, I just be hearing footsteps and I'm like, sorry, footsteps make me like really nervous. Please don't do that shit to me. I have a clothing haul coming up, but I haven't really like got enough yet to the point where I want to make it a haul. Like I want to like kind of boom, push everything together, do it all in one. I'm kind of having like a little bit of a headache right now. I could go for some like ginger ale, some hot cocoa, cozy blanket, and just some Netflix. And no chill, just Netflix, okay? Without further ado, babe, let's get into this talk, and let's really talk this face to face. I am going to show you the way, the truth, what you should be looking out for, okay? Is, or guy, whichever, because that's something very important I want to talk about. Is it's not just men with red flags, it's women too. Again, I said it's not just in relationships, it's friendships, it's situationships, it could be, you know, parenting, I don't know what the fuck you call that, something like that, whatever. So I don't even know what I just said, but let me just say that if you have had these experiences, like, you're not alone. You know, we are in this together, like, and this is why I'm trying to come to you. Fuck, bless you, thank you. So I'm gonna go into this and I'm just gonna be like straight up. So one of the first things I want to say is one of the first red flags that for women, let's start on the women's side. Let's start a women's side over here. One of the first red flags in women that I would like to point out is when a woman says that she's not mad and says that she's not angry, you must definitely bet she is. Okay, and it's probably deeper than that, because if you have to come to the point to say that you're not mad or angry, you're at that point acknowledging that you're mad and angry, but you don't want him to think that you are. And that, my friend, is a manipulative tactic that a lot of women use so that their man won't suspect anything. And this might even turn into worse things in a relationship situation, where she might try to do something to purposely make him mad so that she can get that validation that she may need from feeling embarrassed. Bless you, thank you. That's one of the first things. And if you know, you know. Number 2, I'm gonna do 3 and 3. So number 2, the next thing I'm gonna kind of hit pointers on is bless you, thank you, there we go. Next thing that I'm gonna kind of touch pointers on is like a woman may, how do I say this, like I don't know. So the first and okay, so when you have like, okay, here's my opinion on that. Like when you're going to, I mean, it takes a lot actually. I feel like and it's different for everybody, but when you're in a situation to where you feel like the last thing that you need to do, it might actually be the first thing that you need to do. And I learned this is something that, you know, in therapy, I think that everyone needs therapy. I think that there is, you know, therapy doesn't discriminate, okay? But I got a prompt back from TED Talks. Because remember that whole essay I wrote? And
no, but I was thinking about listening to it myself.
Mm-hmm.
But, right.
Go ahead. I love you.
I love you too.
I got all that. Cute, bro.
Still watching.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I literally just like, it looked like I have something wrong with me because like, I was just like on a roll and all of a sudden I switched up like literally everything I was talking about. Like, can we not? Okay. Can we not? I literally switched up everything I was talking about because I was like so caught up in like, oh my god, like I literally saw it on my screen and was like, I have to go tell everybody about this now. Okay, so honestly, back to what I was saying before though, like, okay, first thing women will do, that's a red flag, lie, okay? And they will lie to manipulate, and they will lie to make it seem like they're not mad, but they're really mad. If they can't fully tell you straight up that they're mad or like upset or sad, no, drop them, okay? Friend or girlfriend, doesn't matter. 2, something that a female will do that is also a red flag is that they will try to become friends with your man. I've never personally had this happen to me because y'all, I just don't even let the chance be there because me and my man have an understanding where it's like we either have friends together or we just don't have friends like by ourselves. And that's something that we agreed upon like way back because we understood that this is literally like what people do to kind of snake their way into that little, like, what is it, scandal. It's weird and it's gross and it's not cute, it's not fun, it's just nasty. And like, no, it's not toxic. What's toxic is allowing yourself to believe that that is, because you can't accept the fact that you are literally letting yourself become a victim to something so scandalous and gross. Like, that's gross. So number 3, something that it literally looks like I cut my hair, but it's literally just a layer. So something that a woman will also do that is gross and a red flag is have, you already know what I'm gonna say, an OF. Yeah, this could be okay. And look, let me tell you why. I said this in a previous video, but I like literally didn't end up posting it. I don't know why, but I could not find it anywhere in my camera roll. But if you do this, honestly, I don't see how you could be in a relationship with somebody that you're okay with cheating and saying that it's just work or for money is literally the most like manipulative cover up that I could ever think of. Like, I felt that way when I had mine, and that's one of the reasons I don't have mine. The other reason is that I'm a mom, and the last reason is that I realized it wasn't for me. I didn't like it. I thought it was a quick way to get money and boom, that's it. Like, no honey, your reputation goes away, your morals go away, and your self-respect is literally skinned off of you. Like, I think I only had it for a month. And at that point, I just felt like I wasn't being like my best self. And I wasn't being my best self in the relationship with the person that I was in love with. And when they had to come to me and tell me that, hey, I just don't feel like this is right, it feels like cheating in a way. Because even if you're doing this and I know you're doing it, does that make it right? No, it doesn't. And it just, boom, hit me. And I was like, you're right, babe. Like, he was so supportive. He said, if this is what you want to do. When I first started doing that, he's like, I will support you, but obviously feelings change, things change, people change. And when we became like when we became knowledgeable to the fact that this was like something that is this like ruins relationships, it ruins your self-respect, it ruins all of that. And yeah, it makes you money, but at the end of the day, it's not something that you can do when you're old and saggy anymore. Let's just be real. And if you are trying to do that for the rest of your life, it seems like you don't have any real goals. And I have goals. I had goals. And at that time, that was something I wanted more than money. And it worked out because Jesus was like, I'm serious, you guys. Jesus is the holder of all things that are good, love, hope, happiness. And I know that that's not something that Jesus would want me to do. And I even like knew that it's not something that like I would ever want my daughter to do, and it's not something that I would ever want my old self to ever experience again. So thank God it was for that 1 month short period. But let me tell you, like, that period of time was crucial because I had realized that this is not, like, I really self-reflected and was like, this is not something that I want. This is not something I want my daughter to have. My boyfriend doesn't want me to have this because it doesn't make him feel good. And then I gotta put myself in his shoes and be like, well, if he was doing this, would it make me feel good? And no, just because I know that he's doing it and he's telling me it is, it doesn't make it right. When you're messaging all random people and you're in a loving relationship, honey, that's not very loving. So that's all I would say is more power to you. If you genuinely feel like you have no goals and no ambition in life and this is all you want to do that. I am not putting anybody down for this kind of work, but I don't think it's for everybody, and I don't think it's something that Jesus would want. And Jesus wouldn't want people to be poor. I know some people are gonna be like, well, Jesus wouldn't want people to be poor, but look at them. Like, yeah, and Jesus helps those people too. And Jesus sends warnings and Jesus sends messages, and sometimes we're not receiving it because we're not wanting to receive it. And God helps and works in mysterious ways. And if only I knew, the proper like answer to that, if that's something that you guys would say, then right, like, if only I knew. But he works in mysterious ways, so unfortunately I don't know all the answers, but I do know that that's not something that I wanted to pursue. And honestly, I do think it's a red flag if you do have those if you have any kind of sex work going on and you're in a relationship that is apparently loving. I don't think that you're seeing it as that, and I feel like you might be looking at money more than like what really matters. And that was my case too, is that I wanted quick money. That's what I thought until I really self-reflected. So that's just kind of my like advice, like, self-reflect a little bit, see if that's what you want. If that's what you want, girl, do you, but think ahead, plan ahead. Like, is this something you want to do forever? Is it something you want to be known for? I decided I wanted to be known for being a hardworking mom that never gave up. Period, point blank. On to the next. It's a red flag if males do this too. So if males are into sex work, again, this goes both ways. Honestly, I think is a red flag. And things can change. Like I said, things can work out, things can happen for the better, but in my opinion, I just don't see it as something that is a green flag. So the next thing that men do that's a red flag, I would say, is that sometimes when you're wanting the truth out of them. And I've seen this on YouTube personally. I have experienced this in past relationships. That's how I know this, is that sometimes when you want the full truth, you only get half of the truth and you fill in the blanks. Now that is also a red flag that women have, is filling in the blanks with like the worst case scenario, when in all honesty it may just not be as bad as you think it is. But then there's like times where men will do the thing where they don't want to tell you everything, so they just kind of tell you little bits and pieces that are satisfying enough to you, that sound bad but not horrible, to where it's still forgiving and not going to end everything. That's something I have noticed in past relationships. Not now, girl, no. And this can happen young too, because I was really, really young when this was happening, okay? But it happens, and I'm telling you to watch out. So the next thing that men will do is try to put each other down. And because this is what my boyfriend has told me about his experience, and I didn't realize that only guys do this. I mean, only girls do this. Guys do this too. Is that if they're threatened by like a better looking male, they will tend to try to put down that male, so that they don't feel like good looking, or they'll try to say that manners are like a bitch move, like and he has told me about this, and like I'm like, that is so true. Like, oh my gosh, like women do that shit too. So that's a red flag on both sides. And so that's just like some of the things that I have experienced, and honestly that's just kind of what I've experienced and what I have noticed. So if there's any more that you guys want to leave down below, let me know ASAP. No Rocky. And thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. I love you guys. I miss you guys. And have a blessed day. And I think I'm gonna go sit out by the pool. Everyone's out by the pool right now. I'm gonna go sit out by the pool, and I'm gonna go ahead and chill for a little bit. I just wanted to share some of that with you, and I hope you guys enjoyed.